Good morning, everybody. Got your coffee? I got mine. So listen, I'm going to try not to keep you long because I got to get back to my television set because today is what I like to call Sheridan Sunday. Y'all know who Taylor Sheridan is? Taylor Sheridan, if you don't know, he produces some of the best shows on television. He has a couple of them that I don't care for, but he does The Mayor of Kingstown, which I love. He does Lioness, which I love. He does Yellowstone, all the Yellowstone franchises, the most famous one. He does Lawman Bass Reeves. That's one that I couldn't get into. And the reason why I couldn't get into that one is because there was, in season 1, there's this scene where he goes back to the plantation that he came from and he talks to his former slave owner, who is played by his real life white wife. And that just rubbed my spirit the wrong way. My husband and I both agreed that that was just really weird. And I tried to get into it after that, but my spirit just wouldn't let me, you know. And then he's got this new one. Did I say The Mayor of Kingstown? Because I love that one. That one is set in Michigan, where I'm from. Then he's got this new one called Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. He's got like all these A-listers. And honey, let me tell you, once he got Kevin Costner and he built the Yellowstone franchise on Kevin Costner, who fucked that up, by the way. I'm a huge fan of Kevin Costner, but Kevin Costner fucked that up. He did. He's got all these stars now. I don't know exactly what Demi Moore's role is in this new one because she's in it too, and she barely has any lines. So I don't know who she is, if her character is gonna grow or what's going on. And you know, John Hamm is in it too. And then you've got Ali Lauder, and a lot of people have a problem with her character because she's over-sexualized, but that's the character. I don't have a problem with her being over-sexualized because women should be allowed to feel, to experience their divine feminine selves however they want to. And if that's the way she want to experience it, and that's the character, let her have at it. I would say that about a woman in the real life. You know, I'm all about bodily autonomy. Where I got the issue is the way that they are over-sexualizing the 17-year-old daughter. Nobody is saying anything about that. And that just goes to show how normalized it is for old men to be sexually attracted to children. You know, because I'm an older person. And when I tell you, I look at a 17-year-old child, 18, 19, 20-ish, and for me, those are children. Those are kids. So I don't like the fact, what it is that it's being normalized. We're being conditioned to think that it is okay for old men to find 17-year-olds attractive, and it's not. That's not okay. So that's the issue. But you know, there's no perfection in anything. So, but that's what, if I got an issue, that's what I got the issue with. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, enough of that. Let me thank some people, okay? I want to start off by saying, Trenda, thank you so much for the coffee money, honey. I really, really do appreciate it. And Crystal and Terry, thank you so much. Thank you. And is it Maureen? Am I saying your name right, love? Thank you. Thank you so much. And Tangi, thank you. Thank you so much. And Susan is followed me over from TikTok. And Susan is always so appropriate. I hope you know what I mean by that. She is one of those people who's followed me for a little while, and she's always so thoughtful in when she finds herself in a black space. And that's one of the things that I appreciate so much. She doesn't speak over me. She doesn't come into the space and she isn't harmful. And she knows when a conversation is just to be listened to and not participated in, when black people are trying to have dialogue with other black people. And I want you to know that I see that And I appreciate that. I do. And then Miss Shirley Reese, I was literally about to do I don't know, set off bells and whistles because I haven't heard from you in so long. And sometimes, I just want you to say hello, just hello, so that I know that you are okay and well, because you're a friend in my head. I thank you all. I really do. With all that said, because I know I spoke longer about TV than I should have. With all that said, but listen, do you see where they are? You all yesterday, when we talked about that shooter that shot that CEO, you all had a lot to say. Y'all added a lot to that conversation. And apparently, most of us, 90% of us are pretty much on the same page. And, and that's crazy to me for so many people to be feeling the exact same thing. And when I stop and I think about it, because you see where they drag that body of water in Central Park looking for evidence and all the resources that they are exerting looking for this guy. If I died or you died, they wouldn't be doing that for us. Speaking of which, black people are something like 13 to 16% of the U.S. population. But did you know that we're like 40%? We make up 43% of all missing people here in the United States. That's all. Those are crazy numbers. When we go missing, don't nobody give a fuck. And at this point, usually, unless you're blonde and blue-eyed and petite, they don't use these resources to go looking for folks and, looking for killers and looking to go solve crimes and shit. They did this because he was a rich white guy, on top of the patriarchy, and you're using all these resources, my resources and your resources, to find this guy that none of us, we all agree we don't want found, because if finding him is justice, we definitely want him to escape it. And in the meantime, in between time, what I think it is? What it is like, we're not bad people for not wanting this guy to be found. I think that this is our way as collectively admitting that we are very angry and upset with a system, because the healthcare system is a system that has caused so many of us real systemic harm. And I think that this is how we're all owning that. And then they're saying, oh, this shooting sparked anger amongst Americans. That anger was always there. It didn't spark anger. We were always this angry with this system. It's just that the system, the people that create these conditions, weren't listening to us until bullets started flying. And then they started listening. Did you know that there was a school shooting while they're going through all these resources and they're talking nonstop about this guy that, none of us feel really any real empathy for? Did you know that 2 little babies, 5 and 6, were critically injured in a school shooting in California at a Christian school? Some madman talked his way into the school and almost unalived 2 babies. They survived, thank God. They survived. And they are now in critical but stable condition, facing surgeries and a very long road back to recovery. I wonder what the healthcare system is going to do to them and their parents. Greed, American greed. And because of American greed, ironically enough, as I was telling another commenter yesterday, so ironic, because American greed is why so many guns exist. Babies are low-hanging fruit, and they are off the table. If you are angry and disgruntled, Aim at the right people. Our babies are not the right people. Nothing that a classroom full of children have done to anyone, except maybe mentally and emotionally traumatize their teachers. But that's what babies do. They're babies. Leave the babies alone. And I hear what you're saying. Guns are not the answer. But the rich pricks at the top are doing their best to make sure we all got them. Crazy or not. Criminal or not. Common sense gun laws or not. That's all I want to say. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing what you guys have to say. And in the meantime, in between time, if you like to support the platform or just buy me a cup of coffee, I will leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments. And I'm going to get back to Sheridan Sunday. There will be a Smiles in a Box later on because we've got 4 boxes in. Y'all have a good Sunday.